Hey, everybody. What is happening? Haven't done one of these in a quite a long time, actually, to be honest. And as you can see from the title, background, and thumbnail, we are doing Deadpool and Wolverine commentary. I meant to do this a couple days ago, actually, because I wanted to put this out on the day Deadpool and Wolverine actually came out 2 years ago. But, it was my birthday that weekend, and Comic Con and all this other shit got in the way. So I didn't have time. But, here we are, excited to do this. I love this fucking movie. I don't know what it is, but like I've been getting this nostalgic feeling to not only watch this movie but just talk about this movie, talk about the time around this movie cuz like while I don't have necessarily the best memories surrounding this movie has such a soft spot and just has such a emotional attachment to this movie that I'm ready to get in and talk about it all. And I don't know why. I've been in a Deadpool mood lately. And I mean, he is my favorite Marvel hero, but I don't know, I've been in a more of a Deadpool lately. Been more into Deadpool lately than I have been in a while. So just wanted to watch Deadpool and Wolverine. This movie makes me happy and I want to get into it. So I'm watching the Blu-ray. My Blu-ray is 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 55 seconds. Now I don't know how long it is on Disney Plus or any of the other streaming platforms you watch it on, but that's how long it is on the Blu-ray. So if you guys want to watch it with me, go ahead and pop it in. Pop it in your old Blu-ray. I'm watching on my PS5 because my PlayStation has a disc. Fuck you, PlayStation, for that shit. Um, but yeah, if you don't have the movie ready on standby, that's okay because you can just listen to the movie and or I guess listen to me watch the movie, and you can just pick apart the scenes that you remember from the movie. So but yeah, guys, without further ado, let's get into this shit. So when I say go on go, I'm gonna count down, but on go, that means go. So pretty self-explanatory here. I'll keep you guys updated throughout the movie on what we're at, timestamps, stuff like that. That way, if you do fast forward or not on the same time, I got you. So, anyways, that's enough of me yapping. Let's get into this shit. Three, two, one, a go. Oh, hold on, guys, hold on. Fucking hold on. Wait. We'll try that again one more time. Three, two, one, a go. There we go. Ah, the Marvel title. I do love how they like had a custom title for this for Deadpool, where it was like Deadpool humming it and everything. I loved that little detail. But I guess I should get into this. And yeah, there he is. um, I was so hyped for this movie, man. If I had a channel back in the day, you guys would have gotten butt fucked with just Deadpool and Wolverine content. I was super fucking excited for this movie, man. Like I remember when they announced it the day of when Ryan Reynolds put out that, "Hey Hugh, you want to play Wolverine one more time?" And they announced that it was called Deadpool and Wolverine. Oh my god. Oh my dude. I remember I was already tearing up in the theater when I watched this shit. Cause so when this movie came out, I was at a pretty dark fucking place, man. I was in a really bad relationship with someone that I really fucking loved and cared for, and they just were not treating me the best. I was also working overnights at the time at a job that I fucking hated. And all I remember kept telling myself was just keep going. Deadpool Wolverine's coming out. Deadpool Wolverine's coming out. And of course, it came out the day after my birthday, so I thought it was like a nice little treat for it was a nice little treat for the universe for me. And I remember as soon as I saw Deadpool for the first time, that shot right there, it fucking made me tear up. And there was like 5 or 6 different times that I cried throughout this movie, man, on first watch. But yeah, I was so happy to see Deadpool back because it was a long fucking gap between Deadpool 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine. It was a long fucking gap. But yeah, dude, I was super fucking excited. And oh my god, look at that suit. Oh my god. I love the original Deadpool suit and the Deadpool 2 X Force dust suit, but that might be my favorite Deadpool suit. It is just so it pops. It just pops, you know? And I know people hated the fact that they brought him back and they touched on the Logan things. I thought they did a very smart, funny job at poking fun at Logan and bringing back Logan. Look at that suit, dude. Oh my god. Huh. And I remember when I was in the theater, I was like, "Wow, they're actually doing it." Like, I remember that was the big talk of the town before this movie came out. Are they actually gonna touch Logan? Like, are they actually gonna do that? Are they gonna touch with the sacred that is Logan? And I was so shocked that they showed that. I was like, "Oh my god, they have his exoskeleton. Like, they're really doing this. Like, they're touching Logan all over." And I love that. I wanna get a because Halloween season's coming up, I wanna get a skeleton, paint it gray, and make it look like Logan's corpse like that, and maybe put it in the background here somewhere for Halloween season. I will say, bro, this might be my favorite Deadpool opening. I love the opening to the original film, and Deadpool 2 just has a, like, I wouldn't say a very iconic opening for Deadpool 2, but it's a very, like, it's just a fun, intro, but this one might be my favorite. I absolutely love this intro. And dude, I loved the time period of this movie in terms of just like everyone was so into Deadpool, like he was all over TikTok and the dance and bye 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 and everything was everywhere. Like I loved the era that this movie came out. Like I know everybody loves the No Way Home era and I do too, but this was my No Way Home era as a Deadpool fan. This was just it was so awesome to see Deadpool again and him be so popular like he was. I remember even on my TikTok, I made so many Deadpool content about this movie because this movie just made me so happy. I love that he used his fucking adamantium as like weapons and shit. And like, oh, dude, Sean Levy. Speaking of that, man, he's doing Ghost Rider. I don't know where the fuck the hate is coming from on that. I think he's a great fucking director. Everything I've seen him do, from Free Guy to this movie, the episodes of Stranger Things, the Adam Project, I think he's done great fucking movies. So I don't understand where the Sean Levy hate's coming from. I think he's gonna kill it as Ghost Rider. I was gonna do a video on it, but I was kinda too late to the party. Like I said, I went away for my birthday this past weekend, and, I didn't get back till Monday, and I thought, "It's a little too late to be doing, I love that too, dude. I love the fucking beats with the song, anyways. But yeah, I got back late Monday, and I didn't, I thought maybe it might have been too late to do a little Comic-Con video, so I just decided not to do it, but yeah, dude, I remember, like, cause I went to go see this, like I said, the day after my birthday. I was supposed to have my, girlfriend at the time there with me. I really wanted her there with me, and that's all I kept talking about that whole year with her was that, "I wanna take you there, I wanna take you, I wanna take you." She didn't show up, but I gave my ticket to my dad, so my dad was sitting next to me, and I remember, I was just grinning and getting teary-eyed this whole fucking sequence, man, because I was just so happy Deadpool was back, you know what I mean? Like, we had a long gap between 2028 and or 2028, 2018 to 2024. It was a long ass fucking gap. And I miss Deadpool. I miss seeing Deadpool on the big screen. And the fact that again, I was just at such a low point in my life at that point where I was just so mentally like depressed and nothing made me happier than going to see this movie. And again, it felt like a big ass like gift from the universe to me. It felt like Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, everybody was just like, "Hey, here you go, bud. Here's this movie." And it just made me so happy. Like happy tears is what I was. Not sad tears, just happy tears. Of course, I had my Wolverine popcorn bucket that helped, about elbow deep into that thing, which I love that fucking thing. But I was just like, wow, this is amazing. Like this is how you bring Deadpool back in such a epic way with the MCU involved and everything. Like I absolutely was in love with this first time I watched it. And I mean, I still am. I've seen this movie like 9 different times. Nothing's ever gonna top the original Deadpool for me just because that movie is my favorite comic book movie of all time, but this is, like, second. Like, I love Deadpool 2. I'm a big Deadpool 2 defender, but I can't deny that this is not the second best Deadpool movie. And, like, look at this. Dude, I remember I gasped in the fucking theater. I was like, "Oh, Wolverine pool." And I loved this. How we do a little callback. Oh, I love that title screen. But I do love this little callback to the original Deadpool where we do a little flashback and then of course we go up the bullet hole just like we did in the original. I do like how this one feels more like in line with the original where Deadpool 2 again, I don't hate Deadpool 2. There's some problems I have with that movie, but I it didn't feel like a true follow-up to Deadpool 1, where this one feels like a more of a follow-up to Deadpool 1 than it is Deadpool 2. And dude, don't get me started. this line coming up. This is why I love Deadpool, because I relate to him so fucking much when he says what he's about to say here in a minute. But yeah, dude, I have my Hulk hands exactly for this joke. Schmasturbating. That is one thing. Again, I'm not saying this movie's perfect at all. I'm not saying that, but that doesn't make sense how his time watch can make him go to the MCU. I didn't think it was a multiversal travel device. I thought it was just a timeline traveling device. But from what I understood, there were some rewrites with this movie. There were some things they had to take out. But that line right there, that whole thing right there, man. Again, like the second time I teared up in the theater because I related to that so much. I related to that of like I just wanted to matter to this woman. I wanted to matter to her because I feel like I didn't matter to her. But that's the one thing like I relate to Deadpool so much is that I mean that's how I do. I am one of those people who like I joke about my pain and I joke about things that shouldn't be joked about and stuff like that. That's just how I deal with trauma. That's how I deal with very fucked up things in my life is I turn everything into a joke. But at the end of the day, it's I care a lot, about people's feelings and I care a lot about deeply things. And that's why I love Deadpool is I relate to him on that aspect. Is like I deeply care about things. It doesn't seem like I do because I joke about things, but I deeply care about things, and I love that they did that because again, that's one thing that they didn't touch about in. I mean, they did touch about it in Deadpool 2 because he was depressed about Vanessa and stuff, but I love that they showed that side of him of like he's self aware, he's self aware, But like I said, I do know there were some rewrites and stuff. I know like Robert Downey Jr. was supposed to be in the scene. Like this was like a very chopped up part of the movie. Is all the MCU kind of connections, but I let it slide just because I really like the emotional beat of this scene. I do like how they like they censored Tom Holland. That's funny. I don't know what it is, and maybe it's because of the makeup they put on John Favreau to make him look younger. He looks a little weird in this scene. Maybe it's weird de aging CGI, but he looks a little weird. And I thought this was interesting too. I was like, okay. I remember seeing in the trailers, I was like that he works for a car dealership. I was so interested in what that was, like what was going on with that. Not the Honda Odyssey. Ever since this movie came out, I always see a Honda Odyssey, and I always think of this movie. I always see a Honda Odyssey, and I point it out. And I'm like, it fucks hard. People don't know what I'm referring to. It's okay though. Peter, we love Peter. We love Peter in this movie. Like I said, man, I know people now for some fucking reason hate this movie, and I don't understand why. Like, I remember when this movie came out, everybody was like, "This is fucking amazing. This is the Spider-Man No Way Home for the Fox and Deadpool." Eh, I have this age-old debate, or not even debate, but just this conversation with people, like, what's better, No Way Home or Deadpool Wolverine? That's a very hard question for me because they both mean something to me on a different scale and on a different level. Meaning, like, Spider-Man No Way Home, I love that movie just for the simple fact that it's nostalgia. Tobey Maguire was my childhood Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield was my teenager, and Tom Holland was my early adult years Spider-Man. And this movie is also my childhood because you not only you're seeing Hugh Jackman in the comic accurate yellow and blue suit, you're also getting him with Deadpool, who I've loved Deadpool since I was 12, going on 13. Uh and then on top of that you get just so many Fox X-Men characters together on screen. I mean, you got Gambit, X-23, Blade, Elektra, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so it's hard because this is like a big old celebration of the Fox universe, and I grew up with the Fox universe, where No Way Home was a celebration of the Spideyverse. So that's a really hard question because again, they were those movies. One of this movie and No Way Home was they were there for me at a time where I needed it the most. This movie for sure. I mean, like I said, this movie. Oh my god! Around that time of 2024, summer 2024, this movie come out. This movie, for all intents and purposes, saved my life because if it wasn't for this and me just constantly listening to Blink 182, I don't know if I'd be here talking to you guys, just because those are the two things that just kept me going, was knowing that I had Blink 182 on standby to listen to all the time and just help me get through shit, and knowing that Deadpool Wolverine was in theaters that I could go see. Where again, No Way Home, I love No Way Home, but that movie is on a different emotional level of connection than this movie. Hey, what's up, Vanessa? I related to this segment too between Wade and Vanessa 'cause it's kind of out of a point where I was at the time with my ex, where we were like we still cared for each other and we still loved each other, but you could definitely tell the relationship wasn't alive. And so it was of course it was around my birthday, so it very fitting, but yeah, it was just I don't know. I related to that a lot. I do love the little song, "Just Call Me Angel" in the background. It's a nice little touch. Like I said, this movie to me goes back a lot to Deadpool 1, and I love that, and I appreciate that. This feels like the true sequel. Where again, you're never gonna hear me shit on Deadpool 2. I like Deadpool 2 more than most, but this feels like a true sequel to the first one. I just realized that Shatterstar is Cole Young from Mortal Kombat. I also related to that too, because at the time when this movie came out, I just lost like a friend group of mine that I really cared for, and then of course I lost the girl I was with for a little bit, and so it was like it felt very like Deadpool is like I say losing everything he loves, but it was like he's fighting for people that not necessarily love him the same way, but he loves them. And I thought it was smart too how they included the TVA, just because I mean, there for a while it was like it was like, how are you gonna do this? Like, how are you gonna explain Deadpool? And of course, I thought for the longest time, I'm like, dude, he's a fourth wall breaking character. Do you really have to overcomplicate how he's in the MCU? Just make a joke, like literally, simply, and they kind of do it in the movie, but literally have him like come on screen and be like, hey, here's a button, Fox Universe, and here's another button that says Marvel Studios. I'm gonna click that. Bam! I'm in the MCU, bitches. Let's go. Like he's a fourth wall breaking character. I never thought it was that hard to incorporate him. But I thought they found a really genius way to bleed him into the MCU. And of course, I think this came out, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think this came out right after Loki season 2. And I think that's also why they had to change some things too, because they were kind of abandoning the Kang storyline here. And there were some plot lines I know tied with Wolverine and certain things with this movie that had to do with Kang. So I think that's why they had to edit it as well. But that's just what I've heard online. I don't know for sure. Haven't heard that officially confirmed. I love how they use the meta too to kind of make fun of the fact that the Fox timeline got so meta. I mean, it's not the first, I mean, or not meta, but it got so meddled because that's not the first joke that they make about that. They'll make a joke about it later that their timeline got so messy because it did. As much as I loved a lot of those Fox X-Men movies, they got messy real fast with their timeline and continuity. And that is one thing I will say. I feel like Fox was just getting started whenever Deadpool came out and stuff like that. And it sucks because it's like I felt like if they would have got started much easier, or not easier, if they would have got started much earlier, like if they had Deadpool in like 2012, 2013, and then we had like Logan in 14 and all that, I feel like we would have like I feel like that Fox X-Men would have stayed alive a lot longer because of that. But it was just like they came out. Deadpool came out in 2016. Then you had Deadpool 2. Then you had Logan, and it was one of those where I'm like they were starting on a better path, but they were already getting bought out by Fox or bought out by Disney. So it was like it was just one of those. I'm like, shit, what could have been? You know what I mean? Like I would have loved to have seen a timeline where fucking where Fox would be at right now in the midst of the superhero craze that we're in right now. They have to like they've mentioned this like 3 different times now outside of this movie. Like in this movie it's a running gag, but like even Ryan Reynolds himself just mentioned it recently at Comic-Con when he showed up that why was Thor crying and stuff. So they have to pay that off in Secret Wars or Doomsday because that is just such a running gag that you have to acknowledge that. You have to. I have a shirt that says this Marvel Jesus. I do love this part right here. Like I remember it was just so cool, you know, to see Deadpool interact with the MCU characters. I was just so like, this is awesome. Oh, dude, this suit. Oh my god. I'd be lucky one day. I'm never gonna wear a Deadpool suit just because I feel very intimidated. Like I'm not the right body fit for a Deadpool suit, but man, I would love to. I would love to just see one in person like this and just like hug it and touch it and feel it all around because I just look at that suit, man. Look at that suit. Look at that thing. It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. I want a cow, or not a cow. I guess you could say a cow, but I think I always think of that more for a Batman, but I want the Deadpool mask just like that. Oh my god. It's so beautiful. I am curious how much this is gonna bleed into Doomsday with the whole anchor beings and everything. 'Cause it was such a like weird addition to include this, and then we haven't touched about it since. I didn't think it was cool that they used the meta-ness of Logan to explain that he was the anchor being of the Fox universe. Again, I think this is just smartly written as like a really cool way to bleed the Fox movies and the MCU movies. Like maybe it's a little too fan fictiony, but I don't mind that. I don't mind fan fictiony. I mean, because I mean, in a lot of ways, yeah, the Fox X Men died the day Logan came out because everybody was like, "Yep, that's it. That should be the ending." I mean, they did it in Deadpool 2 as well. They also made fun of that Logan died. I teared up again when I watched this. First time in the theater, I was like, "Oh," I'm like, "Oh, tearing up again." I don't know what it was. It's just that was I was so hung up on that line of like, "I just really wanna matter," you know, because it just didn't feel like I did. So I got really hung up on that. It was so cool seeing Deadpool use Wolverine's fucking claws. I know that's a thing in the comics where you can there's a variant of Deadpool and Wolverine that are like that is like that, and it was so cool to see. I'm so glad they didn't try to tone him down. I'm love that they kept him the same Deadpool from the other two movies. That was an age old debate for a while between people of like, oh, they're gonna make him PG-13 and ruin it, and I'm like, nah, they can't. They know not to do that. I kept hearing that from people like, oh, they're Disney's gonna ruin Deadpool. Disney's gonna ruin. I'm like, nope. Ryan Reynolds would not let that happen. I'm sorry. I know people have his certain feelings they do about Ryan Reynolds, but I trust him with Deadpool more than any other actor with the character. That I think he knows better, and I think he knows. I mean, he was there the day they fucked up X Men Origins Wolverine. He knows how dedicated the fans are, and how if they fuck up Deadpool, he's going to hear about it for the rest of his fucking life. So I think he's very protective over that character. Dude, I was so like, all right, here we go. Here's the fucking cameos. And I remember for the longest time we kept hearing like Daniel Radcliffe was gonna be Patch and this guy's gonna be Wolverine. Like we were gonna get so many Wolverine variants. And they were all just fucking Hugh Jackman, except one, which we'll get into in a second. But I remember being like, oh, okay, here we go. Here's the cameos. Here's all the cameos. I remember being like, ooh, Daniel Radcliffe. Oh, it's Hugh Jackman. Dude, this right here. I remember I was sitting there and I was like, oh, no shot. And I got up and I kicked my fucking popcorn by accident. I was like, no fucking shot. I leaned to my dad. I was like, if that's Henry Cavill, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. Because I was like, I could tell from that muscle right there that that's fucking Superman. I was like, is that Cavill? Had my mouth open waiting for confirmation. And then I had my mouth even more open when I was like, oh my God, it's the brown and tan suit. And I was like, oh my God, it's Hulk. I was just like so shocked. I had like my hand on my head. I was like, "Oh my god. That's Hulk and Wolverine. That is awesome." And I still kept thinking I'm like, "Was that Cavill?" I'm like, "Go back to that. Was that Cavill?" I could tell by that muscle thing that it was Cavill. And then right here, I was like, "Oh my god." I literally said that. And I was like, "Oh my god, that is Henry Cavill as Wolverine." I was so fucking blown. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And he looks great, man. He looks come on, man. He would, and he did the fucking pump with his arms, dude. I was like, holy fucking shit. They actually did it. Calvorine, man. But I was so blown. Like I accidentally kicked my popcorn over. I had my popcorn by my feet and I was so fucking shocked by that. I kicked my popcorn away. I didn't mean to. I just got so excited, but I was so blown away by that. I kept thinking for a while. I was like, is he gonna be Wolverine? Is that them like teasing that and shit? I think it was just a fun little cameo. I wish he would come back because yeah, DC dicked him real hard with Superman. I know Marvel would at least treat him better. But yeah, that was such a nice surprise. I like that. Shit. Okay. So sorry about that. So give you so pause your movie if you're still watching. I'm paused at 32:22. My fucking laptop decided to die. I guess I didn't have it plugged in right. So, yeah guys, I'm so sorry about that. I'm going to try to see if I can edit out that little lull part. See if I can do that. But yeah, so we're at 32:22. So, again, apologies about that. Didn't realize I didn't have my laptop plugged in. That was my bad. So, anyways, yeah, if you're on 32:22, I'm about to press play in three, two, one. Let's go. Of course, there's the. Yep, there's the yellow and blue suit. Look at that fucking thing. Ugh. Beautiful. Beautiful. I know people complained about the suit, and I do have my nitpicks. It does look better without the sleeves, but I think the suit for the Wolverine looks great. Now, you know what's funny? I have a theory about this Wolverine. I know they explain his origin in this one that he, stumbled home from the bar and saw the mutants die, but I have a feeling this Wolverine is from the X-Men universe we see in Doomsday. Only reason I say that is because they're all in their comic accurate suits. Wolverine's in his comic accurate suit. He says in this movie that the X-Men and the May were trying to make him wear this suit, right? It's like they connect in just terms of suits, and that's the thing. When Wolverine explains his backstory, when he's like, I stumbled home shipway from the bar and the humans killed the X-Men and shit. How do we know that he doesn't know that it was an incursion, or that he doesn't know that it was these Doom's Sentinels? You know what I mean? Like, how do we know? Because he doesn't know that exactly. I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's a way you could backdoor this Wolverine into being from that universe that we see in Doomsday, and have it to where this Wolverine and that X-Men sort of connect. Because again, look, he's wearing the comic accurate fucking suit. Everybody in Doomsday is wearing their comic accurate suits. It just kind of makes sense. So I don't know. I've had that theory. I'm holding on to that theory until we see Doomsday, but I have a feeling this this Wolverine is from that universe that we will see in Doomsday. So that's just my opinion. And here we go, baby. The third, there's no fourth, the fourth time I teared up when Deadpool and Wolverine fought for the first time. Oh, now mind you, these are all happy tears so far. These are all happy tears. There's Secret Wars. Secret Wars little, and that's the thing too. They keep teasing Doomsday and Secret Wars in this movie. It just makes me feel like he has to be from that universe. I'm sorry. I've been called crazy for that theory. I've been told, no, you're stupid, you're wrong. I feel like that's the case. I feel like they're gonna backdoor it to where this Wolverine is from that universe that we will see in Doomsday. There's Thor's helmet, comic Thor. It's so cool. They had the Fox logo. Oh, dude, right here, right here. I was getting teary eyed. I was like, "Oh, here we go, here we go, baby, here we go." I'm sorry. It still makes me giddy after all this. Like even still now, it makes me giddy. Deadpool and Wolverine fighting each other. Ugh. This is such a cool fucking shot right here, man. Catches the goddamn clips and then shoots him. Oh my god, so fucking cool. So fucking cool. It's so cool. It's just so fucking cool, man. I'm sorry. This is like top 5 comic book moments right here of all time. Like you have the 3 Spider-Men swinging together, you have Deadpool and Wolverine fighting, you have Superman fighting Batman, you have Black Suit Superman in the Snyder cut. Like those are just 5 I can think off the top of my head. The first Avengers moment. Like this is top 5 comic book moments right here. This is just awesome. See, like I said, and I also feel like they're gonna recall back that Deadpool's gonna use the TV to try to go back and fix the Wolverine's universe at the end of this movie. Even though I know he said he's over it and shit. If the leaks are true about how Doomsday opens, it kind of fits. This fucking scene, man. I knew that was Chris Evans based off of his accent. I was like, "Oh, that's Chris Evans," but I didn't know who it was. I was like, "Ooh, is it Captain America?" But of course, there was rumors that he came back as Human Torch. So I was like, "Wow, which one is it? Which one is it?" Now this was cool to see. The fantastic car. Now see, okay, that is from a deleted scene that I'm surprised they didn't edit out. Is that fucking TVA soldier that was supposed to be a cameo from the Wrexham show, but they didn't edit him out in that fucking scene right there. But yeah, it was so cool seeing the fantastic car and Moon Knight's ice cream truck and shit. Dude, I was thinking for a minute when I was first watching this, I go, he's got to be Johnny. He's got to be Johnny. Because if you look at his shirt underneath there, I was like, that's a dark blue. That's like a Fantastic Four dark blue, not a Captain America blue. But I was like, I don't know. Maybe he is playing Nomad, like an actual more comic accurate Nomad, you know? But it was so cool because this is before the Fantastic Four. It was so cool to see the Fantastic Four car, the hover car. Hey, Pyro. That was so cool. It was so cool. That was another moment. I was like, yeah. And I remember when I first watched, I was like, "Oh, that was it." I remember being like, "Oh, that was it. That sucks." 'Cause I thought he was dead after that. Cause I thought he snapped his neck on there. And I was like, "Oh man." And I was like, "Oh, here we go, saber tooth fight." Dude, this fucking scene got studied in the trailers. I remember people thought this line right here was him fighting the Hulk because they thought it was an overdubbed. I remember people were speculating on the trailer about that. They're like, no, that audio's from him when he's fighting the Hulk, not Sabretooth. Of course, now we know it wasn't, but uh I would say I was a bit disappointed in this fight because I was just like, oh man, like I wanted to actually see Sabretooth fight Wolverine. Hopefully now after the Marvel gets rebooted and we actually will get a Sabretooth and then Wolverine again, I hope we actually get a proper Sabretooth Wolverine fight. I know we got that in the original 2000s, but I'm in an actual proper fight. I do like that suit. I mean, it's a little basic, but it's almost like a mashup between John Krasinski's in Multiverse of Madness and the OG suit from '05. So I like it. It's not a bad suit. Again, it's simple, but I like simple. All right, let me update. I'm at 4:30. Wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, 43 minutes and 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. That was such a horrible dubbed. I just realized how bad of a dub that was. Cassandra Nova. I do know they were going to use the TV. Like they weren't originally going to use the TVA. They were going to do like a development hell where like all the past Marvel projects that didn't get announced and shit was going to be there. And like I said, you can find on the internet. There's so many different versions of what this movie was going to be beforehand. That it's like a miracle that this came out as good as it did, just because of how many like different scripts, different ideas, different everything that we almost had. That's supposed to be the dude from Punisher. I know we were all supposed to get Ben Affleck's Daredevil and Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider, according to the concept art for this movie, which that would have been dope. That would have been very, very fucking cool. That's just a cool fucking thing to see a giant. Damn. Hmm. That's supposed to be like the TV blade back there on the left, or bullseye. I can't tell. I feel like there was more that was said right there to get him angry. I did say she is a very intimidating villain. I do like her. Now this made me bawl of sadness because this is pretty much like word for word how how my breakup with that one person went that I mentioned earlier. I gotta go pip pip real quick. Y'all keep watching. All right. All right. Hello. 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 Okay, there we go. All right, I'm back. I do like some of the deep cut jokes like that. In a lot of ways too, this movie, I loved the Deadpool and Wolverine dynamic, not just because it's a comic book thing I always wanted to see, but it felt in a lot of ways because when I was a teenager, I was a very angry teenager, just like Wolverine. And so in a lot of ways, it felt like when I would see conversations like this, when Deadpool and Wolverine would talk to each other, it almost felt like my teenager self angry at the adult self. So in a lot of ways, these dialogues between Deadpool and Wolverine were also like in a way about me because again, Wolverine was like my teenager self, always angry and mean, where the adult me now just doesn't take shit seriously anymore and just kind of jokes about everything and, ADHD, as they say. He called him Mio. See again, and I love how like because not many people were like, "This is technically not Deadpool 3," I'm like, it is because they literally like he learned a lesson in Deadpool 2. Here comes dog pool. But yeah, I mean he learned a lesson in Deadpool 2. And he used that lesson and carried it in this one, you know. So it's like this is to me Deadpool 3 because it very much heavily connected to Deadpool 1 and 2. Dude, that dog is doing conventions and I don't understand how. Like, oh yeah, let me go meet Dogpool, get a paw signature on a piece of paper, maybe a head pat or two, but I don't know how that dog's doing conventions and people are paying money to go meet him. Like, cute fucking dog. Would love to, would love to meet him, but I'm not paying to meet that dog. you know. Nice pool. I remember so many people were like, "Oh, this is Justin Baldino." Uh, that Ryan Reynolds. I don't know anything about that. I stay out of drama. I'm sure it is. Honestly, I'm sure it's Ryan's take on Justin. And he just used nice pool. I'm sure because it does so much. It does so much resemble him. But I do thought it was cool how they incorporated the Deadpool corpse in this movie. That was a joke. I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Oh, they went there. Okay." Because again, that was something in the comics that I always wondered. That's the thing. I'm not too hard on this version of Ryan Reynolds. He is like 98% accurate. The only thing that doesn't make him 100% accurate is in the comics, he has multiple personalities and like multiple voices in his head. Even the video games did that right. And that's the one thing they don't do in this version. Now, again, do I hate that? No. Do I wish that they would have added that because you're like 98% accurate? Sure. But I was happy that they incorporated the Deadpool Corp because that is a big thing in the comics where you have Deadpool variants and shit. So I was very happy that they included them. that is a very strange song to add. I was like, okay, we're adding this song. Not complaining. Love Avril Lavigne, but that was just a very strange choice. There's the thing from Infinity War, which is pretty cool. Here coming up was another time that I started crying happy tears because they're about to fight again. I thought that was kind of cool. A little Spider-Man reference. Dude, I've used that. I've used that on people before. I've gotten so mad before. Like I remember I was working. Sorry, I like this scene right here. Again, like I said, I've used that before at work. One of my old jobs, they got so mad. They got so mad. I still use that to this day. I made an educated wish. Gubernatorial. I do love this scene right here. Love that. Love that. Because again, I mean, yeah, it makes Deadpool sad, but I loved seeing Wolverine fucking crash out on Deadpool like that. That was such a great scene, and it makes total sense why they want to fight right now. Which I gotta say, this fight scene's way better than the one in the beginning of the movie. I love this fight. Song choice is weird. I would have used something else. I saw somebody at the time when this came out on digital. Someone put the song "Casual" by Chappell Roan over it. I like that a lot better, just because it's funnier to put "Casual" over that because it's like, yeah, this is like such a gay couple fighting. But yeah, I love this fight right here. It is just like them tearing each other up. This is literally action figures fighting, and I love it. And this is the thing, Wolverine won the first fight. I think Deadpool wins this fight. But it's hard to tell because it kind of ends in them just t fighting until they're both tired. They fucked that car up. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could say, I guess, maybe Wolverine won that fight because Deadpool was all seat belted up, but I don't know. I feel like Wolverine kinda lost that one a little bit, but we'll see. That I thought was interesting. I was like, "Oh, Wanda? Wanda?" Still a mystery on where she went after Doctor Strange. I know she's alive. They've said she's alive, but see, this wasn't, such a surprise to me because they actually confirmed this themselves, like, the Hollywood Reporter put out an article saying she was back. So I was like, "Oh, okay. Not that big of a deal. No biggie." Like, that's pretty cool. This one, though, I was like, "Oh! Oh, Wesley Snipes! Oh, shit!" I was like, "No fucking way." Like that's badass. But this one was the one I was like, no fucking shot. I was like, Channing Tatum as Gambit? Because that is like a deep internet fucking cut of like, if you don't know about the canceled Gambit movie before Disney bought Fox, you wouldn't understand why that was such a big deal. I was like, whoa, fucking Gambit? That's crazy. I loved that. I love the thing that was just such a deep lore cut right there. Retired. And his voice is not bad. I'm excited to see what the Russos do with him in Doomsday. Um, I've heard that he's not gonna have a comedy edge to him. That he's actually gonna have a little bit more of a serious Cajun accent in Doomsday. So I do feel like that. I mean, a lot of people who don't like his Gambit, I think they only don't like his Gambit because he's playing a certain version of Gambit here. He's playing a more comedic, over the top version. I feel like people are gonna love him more in Doomsday when he actually gets to play a serious Gambit. Because I mean, he looks great. He's a little chubby. I'll give you that. He's a little chubby. But yeah, I think he's going to do great in Doomsday. Now, this was a surprise too, X-23, because I was like, oh, that's awesome that they brought her back. I know that's something Ryan Reynolds has said that he feels like Deadpool works in ensembles. I mean, I kind of see what he's talking about because in Deadpool 2, he has an ensemble. This movie, he's in a team. And they just announced last week before the Avengers Doomsday trailer that they are doing a Deadpool movie. So maybe that's where this Deadpool fever is coming from because I know we have another Deadpool movie on the horizons. But again, like I said, I think he's playing a comedy version of Gambit. I do like how they gave those universes. That's why I really wish Ghost Rider and Daredevil were in there, just so that way we could also say goodbye to those universes too. You know, because that's kind of the theme of this movie is again saying goodbye to previous universes. I did like this scene. I thought this was a very nice little, I'm not gonna say callback scene, but just a nice little ending to Laura and Logan's story. I did, like I said, I did like this scene. It's a nice little closure to the end of Logan. See, that's what I'm saying, guys. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, I've been sitting on that theory since Doomsday came out. I've been sitting on that. See, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like they could take this backstory and they could write it. I feel like they could, you know. I feel like they could they could like rewrite that shit and make it to where it was the incursion or possibly the Sentinels. That's what I'm saying, guys. Like I really feel like this Wolverine comes from that universe we're gonna see in Doomsday. I really do. Because how do you have such a comic accurate universe in Doomsday and then not have Wolverine when you just had a comic accurate Wolverine not even 2 years ago? You know, it just I feel like they got to tie it in somehow. Somehow they got to. I don't know. Like I said, maybe I'm crazy. You can guys call me crazy in the comments, but like I said, I truly believe that this Wolverine comes from that universe that we see in Doomsday. I really do. Mm. That is the one thing about the movie I don't really care for is the whole pyro storyline thing. It just wasn't necessary. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't service the plot as much. There's no point in it, honestly. I mean, he ain't lying. Especially with Kevin Feige recently coming out saying that the Blade movie is indefinitely on hold right now. Yeah, there definitely only gonna be one Blade for right now. But yeah, I never understood the joke of like when he said there's like five different Punishers. I'm like, if you think about it, there's only been like the Dolph Lundgren one, the John Bernthal one, the Thomas Jane one, and then the one from Warzone. That's only like four. So I'm like, where's this fifth one that he's talking about coming from? That fucking meme right there, bro. That fucking meme was everywhere back in the day, man. Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here. Glasses was a nice touch right here. Yeah, that's such a cool shot. Like I said, man, I still don't get what people are worried about with Sean Levy doing Ghost Rider. Like I honestly don't. I don't get it. I don't know where the Sean Levy hate just came from or why people hate him now all of a sudden, but I think he's gonna do great, honestly, with Ghost Rider. I have faith. Especially with Ryan Gosling at the helm. Ryan Gosling is not gonna make that character bad just because he's been wanting to play the character for years. I don't think he's gonna if he didn't have faith in Sean Levy because of them working on Star Wars, I feel like he wouldn't have wanted to pitch it with him in mind to Marvel Studios. So I don't know. I have faith in him. I really do. And maybe just because I love Deadpool and Wolverine so much and Free Guy and other movies he's made. But I truly think he's gonna do great with Ghost Rider. I still don't know what the fuck that means, but all right, man. He just likes saying that shit, I guess. Damn. Damn. Damn! Ugh, fucking shin kill. Ugh. I don't do well with shins or eyelids. See, that doesn't make any sense to me either. I'm like, how does this Logan have the memories of that Logan when this is supposed to be a different universe Logan? You know, that's what also makes me think this has to be the Wolverine from Doomsday, or this Wolverine's tied into Doomsday because I think the X Men and Doomsday is the ones after the Days of Future Past timeline. And if that's the case, then yeah, he will have the memories of all of those because different timelines and shit. So then she going finger deep. See, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm telling you. I know I've said it already before. I really do believe that this one comes from that universe we're gonna see in Doomsday. I really, really do. I have a feeling. Yeah. All right. Whatever. Thank you. I love that, man. Oh my god, it makes me tear right now just thinking about it. But dude, I love that. I've always loved the always loved the relationship between Wolverine and Charles. Sling ring. See, I want to know if they're going to explain in Doomsday how everybody else died, like Elektra and Blade and everything, but Gambit fucking somehow survived. I got to fight for it. I say, I wonder how they're gonna explain that. Honestly, how Gambit survived. I know he's on the little TVA screen in the post credit scene, which is a deleted scene that they eventually showed. But I wonder who saved him and who brought him into the X-Men universe. Again, such an unnecessary timeline, such an unnecessary story. We're about to get to the amazing finale. Ugh. Marvel Sparkle Circle. Damn. It's nice to see her. Hmm. Life fails. This was another time that I didn't get teary eyed, but I got super fucking happy seeing all the Deadpool variants come through here. My biggest teary eyed moment's coming up though. Like it was the most happy and excited I've ever been in it with a comic book movie since probably Endgame. This was so cool. I was like, "Oh, there's Lady Deadpool." Everybody thought it was Taylor Swift. I remember that was a rumor going around that Taylor Swift was playing Lady Deadpool. But I was like, "Oh, there's Headpool." There was one that I pointed out that I just got the comic book literally a couple days before this movie came out. And it's Deadpool 2099 right there. Deadpool's daughter, right there to the left. But she looks great. But I love seeing all the little references to these ones. I mean, I wish there was a little more variety. Wish they had like an animated one, like the Spider Verse. But it's cool. They have Kid Pool, Cowboy Pool, Wrexham Pool right there, Samurai Pool. I don't know what that one's supposed to be, but that one's cool looking. But I wish they had more because I mean, after a while, if you look, it's just regular Deadpool's. I wish they had more from the comics, like an actual like comic Deadpool with the same design, with the or not design, but like the same animation and stuff. Like I kind of wish what they did with the Spider Verse, where it's different variants of Deadpool, but in different styles. But I get it. That suit does look great though. It's Deadpool 2099. Look at that. And see, I thought the for Headpool being a popcorn bucket, which again, it's a dope ass popcorn bucket, one of the best I've ever had. For him being a fucking popcorn bucket, he's not in it very much.
Dude, here's like the fifth time I got teary eyed of happy seeing Wolverine's cowl. Ugh, they teased us so fucking hard in the marketing, and I was so happy we got to see it. Oh my god, it's beautiful. I can't wait to own it. I want to buy one so bad. Ugh, but I remember in the theater, man, I was like, no fucking way. Are they about to do what I think they're gonna do? And I was like, here we go. I remember I grabbed my dad's fucking arm. I was like, here we go. Here we go. Here it is. Oh, oh my god, it's beautiful. Is it perfect? Fuck no, but it's closer than we ever gotten before. Look at it. Oh, I fucking love it. I was teary eyed. I was like, oh my god, it's Deadpool. But this, oh, look at that shot, dude. Oh my god. This was the part I was just like mind blown. I was like, no fucking way. We're getting Deadpool versus Deadpool and Wolverine. My mind was blown right here. Dick was hard, ass was open, mouth was on the floor. I was like, oh my god. I was so fucking like, this has to be a fever dream. This is the best goddamn present I've ever gotten in my life. Holy shit. And I'm still to this day, we got Deadpool and Wolverine fighting the Deadpool core. Look at this beautiful one take. Someone said, someone looked at the Daredevil fucking hallway scene and said, bitch, hold my beer. And look what they gave us. I love this sequence. But yeah, dude, when I first watched for the first time, I was holy shit. There's no like I was grin to grin, teary. I was crying of happiness. I was like, holy fucking shit, there this is amazing. This is amazing. And it still is amazing. Oh my god. Like look, I can't get over this. One long Deadpool and Wolverine versus Deadpool core fucking this is beautiful. It's just beautiful. Yeah, is the ending right here the greatest? Oh, look at that Stanley cameo. Is the ending right here the greatest because of the bad CGI? No, but you know what? Come on, man. Come on. I'm not gonna be nitpicky because of this beautiful fucking scene right here. Like that's a cool fucking shot. It's one of the greatest comic book scenes of all time. Look at his balls. See, that's what I would look like if I would dress up as Deadpool. I'd look like Peter. That's what I would look like. Belly out, fucking man hips. I was still I was still fucking railing from what we just had. I was like, "Oh my god." Like that is one of the greatest scenes I've ever seen in my entire life.
Like seriously, holy shit. And I'm still like, dude, I swear, I think we've moved past this movie way too quickly. I honestly do. This and like, I mean, No Way Home, I would say gets a fair amount of love and fair amount of respect still. But this movie we moved on from. I don't know why. Like 2 months, 3 months later, everyone was dogging on this movie. Everyone's saying it's just nostalgia, it's just this, it's just that. And people have just shat on this movie since. And I don't understand the fucking I don't understand the reverse Uno card on this movie, man, because this movie's fucking great, man. Like, it's so amazing. I don't get why everybody hates on it now. Maybe it's because of the, Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, drama, but I don't give a fuck about any of that. I love this movie. I do think the cow looks great right there. There are certain shots where the cow doesn't look the best, but it looks beautiful right there. In the dark, all intimidating, like Deadpool said, Batman like. Like, look at that. It looks great right there. I think that's also where they filmed the little PSA for the theaters when to turn off your phone and shit. Because it looks like it. Dude, the day we actually do have to move on from Hugh Jackman, whether it's till he's 90 or earlier, it's gonna be a very sad day because he's just such a good Wolverine, man. Like, there's literally no other person who could ever match his Wolverine. Just like there's nobody I think who ever can match Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool. This scene was the breaking point for me that I'm like, oh my god, this movie. I already loved it, but then this fucking ending right here, when he does this, just topped it. Because of everything going on in my life at that time, it just resonated with me on such a personal, deep level that I can never shake. I can never get rid of the feeling when I watched that scene for the first time. It was amazing. Especially that line that Deadpool just said, I'm not doing it because I do, I'm doing it because they do. I'm not gonna lie, I honestly thought because with the marketing and Ryan Reynolds being like, "This might be my last Deadpool movie for a while," like, it really felt like they were gonna kill them off, like, this was their send off. So there was a split for a second, I was like, "They're actually gonna kill Deadpool and Wolverine off." Of course, this beautiful fucking shot coming up. Look at that shot. Amazing. With fucking Madonna in the background? Ah, ah. Love it, man. Love it. Right here. Fucking love that scene, man. Absolutely love that scene. That scene meant a lot to me. Now this scene coming up is one of the best scenes of this whole movie right here, man. Slow motion walkout scene, shirtless. Ding. I really thought I was like, wow, they did it. They actually killed him. Like, and which again, if that's the way they did go out, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful.
See, I told you, man. I told you. Hey. No. See, that's the thing, though, because they really did make us believe that this is Hugh Jackman's last outing. Like he was actually done after this one. That he just came back, did this one as like a little fun M- MCU little thing, and then that was it. But I mean, here he is being rumored to be in Doomsday and Secret Wars and shit. You know what I mean? And see, I love that every Deadpool movie has a message at the end, and the message out of all of them, this is the one I resonate with the most. Love that shot. I love that shot. Look at that shot. Oh, fucking great movie, man.
Honestly, man, like top 5 comic book movies of all fucking time. Like seriously. I don't understand the hate for this movie. I don't fucking get that shit, man. There's no need to watch the post credit scene. Honestly, it is not that important. So, but yeah, guys, that is my Deadpool and Wolverine commentary. I can sit here and talk all fucking day about this goddamn movie. Again, sorry about the fucking electric electric. Sorry, I'm tired. Sorry about the goddamn technical difficulties earlier. About that, I'm gonna try to see if I can maybe fix that in post. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching Deadpool and Wolverine with me, and 2 year anniversary to this fucking. I'm not gonna call it a masterpiece because Lord, it has problems, but it is a movie that I love tremendously and will always thank for existing because this movie got me through some tough shit. It got me to where I am today, and this movie saved my goddamn life, man. So thank you. I doubt Ryan Reynolds or anybody from the fucking cast and crew have listened to this, but I thank you for making such an amazing movie. And thank you, Disney, for buying out Fox to make this movie happen. So, and thank you guys for listening. So, we have the big day, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Spider-Man Brand New Day is tomorrow, and we have a whole bunch of Spider-Man shit we got planned for this weekend. So, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.